You know the word, you know the sentence. You have said it 100 times in your head. And then someone looks at you, waiting for an answer, and nothing comes out. Your mind goes blank, your heart beats faster. You smile, you nod, but the words stay stuck somewhere between your brain and your mouth. If this has happened to you, you are not alone. Thousands of English learners feel this exact same thing every single day. They can read English, they can understand movies, songs, and conversations, but the moment they try to speak, their voice simply disappears. This is not because you are slow. It is not because you are not smart enough. Something else is happening inside your mind, something most learners never notice. And once you understand what it really is, this feeling starts to lose its power over you. In a few minutes, you will discover the real reason your voice freezes. And it is not what most people think. It has nothing to do with your vocabulary, your grammar, or your intelligence. It is something much simpler and much more fixable than you have ever imagined. Let's find out exactly what is happening in that quiet, frustrating moment of silence. Here is what is really happening. When you try to speak, your brain does something exhausting. First, it thinks of the sentence in your native language. Then it starts translating word by word. Then it checks the grammar. Then it worries about pronunciation. All of this happens in just a few seconds inside one small moment. No wonder you freeze. Your brain is not lazy, it is overloaded. This is the hidden truth. Your problem is not your English level. Your problem is the process you are using. You are thinking first, then translating, then speaking. That is 3 steps where there should only be 1. Think about your native language for a moment. When you speak it, you do not translate anything. The words simply appear. That is the goal with English too. Not perfect grammar, but direct thinking. This is why some learners who know very little grammar still speak more confidently than learners who know every rule. They are not translating, they are simply expressing. So the real block is not knowledge, it is the habit of translating before speaking. And habits, unlike talent, can be changed. But there is a second reason your voice freezes, one that is even more powerful than translation. It lives not in your mind, but in your emotions. It is the quiet fear that someone might judge you, laugh at you, or notice your mistake. That fear is the next piece of this puzzle, and understanding it will change how you see speaking forever. Let's talk about that fear. The fear of making a mistake, the fear of sounding silly, the fear of someone judging your accent or your grammar. This fear feels huge in the moment. But here is something important to understand. This fear is not weakness. It is simply proof that you care about doing well. But right now, that fear is running your life. It is deciding when you stay silent and when you speak. And it is time to take that control back. Think about people who have faced real, life-changing challenges and still chose to stand up, speak up, and move forward anyway. Not because they had no fear, but because they decided their voice mattered more than their fear. That is what true confidence looks like. It is not the absence of fear, it is action taken alongside it. Compare this to your situation. You are afraid of one small grammar mistake, one awkward pause, one imperfect sentence. When you place that fear next to real courage, it starts to look much smaller than it felt before. This is the shift you need. Stop waiting for confidence before you speak. Confidence is not the starting point. It is the result of speaking again and again, mistakes and all. Progress will always be perfection. A messy sentence spoken out loud teaches you more than a perfect sentence kept silent in your head. Once you accept this, fear stops being your enemy. It becomes something you simply walk alongside while you keep moving forward. Now let's look at exactly how to put this new mindset into practice. Now that fear feels smaller, let's talk about the method that actually changes how you speak. It is simple, and it works differently from anything you were taught in school. Here it is. Think in English first, speak before you feel ready, and correct your mistakes later. That last part is important. Notice the order. Speak first, correct after, not the other way around. Most learners do the opposite. They wait to feel ready. They wait until their grammar feels perfect. They wait until the fear disappears completely. But that moment never comes. So they keep waiting, month after month, year after year, still stuck in silence. This method breaks that pattern. It says, do not wait for perfect knowledge. Speak now, with whatever English you already have today. A short sentence, a simple word, even one broken phrase out loud is real progress. Why does this work? Because fluency is not built by knowing more. It is built by practicing more. Every time you speak, even imperfectly, your brain strengthens the connection between thought and voice. Over time, that connection becomes automatic. This is the real secret behind every confident English speaker you have ever admired. They did not wait until they were ready. They simply kept speaking, mistake after mistake, until speaking became natural. You do not need a bigger vocabulary right now. You need repetition. With your mouth, out loud, every single day. Simple as that sounds, it works. Next, let's break this idea into small, clear steps you can start using today. Let's turn this idea into something you can actually do, starting today. Not a big, overwhelming plan, just 3 small steps, repeated daily until they become natural habits. Step 1. Narrate your day silently in English. While you are cooking, walking, or getting ready, describe what you are doing inside your head in English. I am making tea. I am walking to the market. This trains your brain to think directly in English instead of translating first. Step 2. Speak one sentence out loud every single day. Just one. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be long. Say it to yourself in the mirror, to a family member, or even to an empty room. The goal is not the sentence itself. The goal is building the habit of hearing your own voice speak English. Step 3. Record yourself, then listen back. This feels uncomfortable at first. Almost everyone feels a little strange hearing their own voice. But this step is powerful. It helps you notice small patterns, and more importantly, it proves to you that you really can speak even if it feels shaky right now. Notice something about these 3 steps. None of them require a classroom. None of them require a teacher. None of them require perfect grammar. They simply require a few minutes and your own willingness to try. This is the difference between studying and practicing. Studying happens in your mind, practicing happens with your mouth. And only one of these actually builds real speaking confidence. Small steps repeated daily create real change. Now let's look at how these steps fit naturally into your everyday life without needing any special time or place. Here is good news. You do not need a classroom, a textbook, or a special hour set aside in your day to practice these steps. Your everyday life is already full of speaking opportunities. You just have not noticed them yet. Think about your normal routine. You wash dishes, cook food, walk somewhere, wait for a bus, fold clothes. These quiet, ordinary moments are perfect chances to narrate your actions in English. I am washing this cup. I am waiting for my ride. Nobody needs to hear you. This is simply practice happening quietly inside your normal day. Now think about small, real moments where you could speak one sentence out loud. Ordering food at a small stall, greeting a neighbor, leaving a short voice message to a friend instead of typing a text. These are not big performances. They are tiny, low-pressure chances to let your voice actually use English, not just understand it. This is the real contrast to notice. Watching English videos teaches you to understand. Speaking, even briefly, teaches you to communicate. Both matter, but only one of them builds your confidence to actually talk to another person. You do not need 30 minutes of perfect practice. 2 minutes counts. 1 sentence counts. A single voice note counts. Progress is not measured by how long you practiced. It is measured by whether you used your voice at all today. Every one of these small moments is a small win, and small wins, repeated daily, quietly build something powerful. Real confidence. Of course, a question is probably forming in your mind right now. What if, even after all this, you still feel afraid to try? Let's talk about that honestly next. Let's be honest about the question sitting in your mind right now. What if I sound stupid? What if people laugh? What if my accent embarrasses me? This fear is real, and it deserves a real answer, not just empty encouragement. Here is the truth. Almost nobody is listening as closely as you think. When you speak, your mind imagines a room full of judges, watching every word. But in reality, most people are focused on their own thoughts, their own lives, their own small worries. Your imperfect sentence is rarely the big moment you imagine it to be. And here is something even more important. A mistake while speaking is not failure. It is information. It shows you exactly what to practice next. Every confident speaker you admire today once said something wrong, mispronounced a word, or paused awkwardly mid-sentence. They did not stop. They simply kept going, and the mistakes slowly disappeared. Ask yourself this. When someone speaks to you in your own language with a small grammar mistake, do you judge them? Or do you simply understand what they meant and move on? Most people react the same way toward you. So the real risk is not speaking imperfectly. The real risk is staying silent for years, waiting for a perfect moment that never comes. Silence protects you from nothing except growth. Speaking, even shakily, moves you forward. Let go of the idea that you must sound perfect. Replace it with a simpler goal. Sound like someone who is practicing and improving one honest sentence at a time. Now that this fear feels lighter, let's imagine who you are becoming on the other side of this practice. Picture this moment. You are sitting in a meeting, or standing in a shop, or talking with a new friend. Someone asks you a question in English, and this time, instead of freezing, you simply answer. Maybe not perfectly, but clearly, calmly, without that familiar panic rising in your chest. This is not a fantasy. This is who you are slowly becoming, one small practice session at a time. Imagine ordering food confidently in a new city, without rehearsing the sentence 10 times in your head first. Imagine speaking up in a meeting, sharing your idea, without waiting for someone else to say it first. Imagine texting less and calling more, because your voice no longer feels like something to hide. This is not about becoming a different person. It is about becoming the version of yourself that was always capable, just waiting for practice to catch up with ability. Notice something important here. This transformation is not built from one dramatic moment. It is built from small, quiet choices repeated daily. One sentence today, one voice note tomorrow, one conversation next week, slightly less shaky than the one before it. Slowly, something shifts inside you. Silence starts to feel unfamiliar. Speaking starts to feel normal. And confidence, which once felt impossible, starts to feel like simply you. This is the real reward waiting on the other side of practice. Not perfect English, but a comfortable, natural voice that finally matches everything you already understand. Now let's turn this vision into a clear, simple plan you can start using immediately. Let's make this simple. Here is a clear 5-day plan to start building your speaking confidence, starting today. Day 1. Narrate your morning routine silently in English. While brushing your teeth or making tea, describe your actions in your mind. This trains you to think directly in English without translating first. Day 2. Speak one sentence out loud, just one. Say it to a mirror, a family member, or an empty room. Do not judge it, simply let it exist. Day 3. Send one voice note in English instead of typing a message. Choose someone patient, a friend, a sibling, or even yourself. This builds comfort hearing your own spoken voice. Day 4. Have one short spoken interaction. Order something, greet a neighbor, ask a simple question out loud. Keep it small. The size does not matter, the action does. Day 5. Record yourself speaking for 30 seconds about your day. Then listen back, not to criticize yourself, but to notice your progress compared to day 1. After these 5 days, repeat the cycle. Each week, add slightly longer sentences, slightly longer conversations. This is how fluency grows, not through one big leap, but through small, repeated actions. Notice what this plan does not require. It does not require perfect grammar. It does not require a classroom. It only requires 5 minutes a day and your willingness to try. You already have everything you need to start. The only step left is beginning. Let's close with one final thought to carry with you. You came into this video believing something was wrong with you, that somehow understanding English but not speaking it meant you had failed, that you were simply not capable. But now you know the truth. Your voice never disappeared because of your intelligence. It disappeared because you were translating instead of thinking and waiting for perfection instead of practicing. That is not a permanent flaw. That is simply a habit, and habits can change. You now have a method. You now have small daily steps. You now know that mistakes are not failures. They are proof that you are finally trying. So here is what to remember long after this video ends. You were never someone who can't speak English. You were simply someone who hadn't practiced yet. Starting today, that changes. One sentence, one voice note, one quiet moment of courage. Your silence ends today.